Let me show you GatorCAM, a new CAM tool I wrote to create G-code easily and quickly with less frustration than everything else I tried, especially Inkscape and FreeCAD. So to start off, you just load an SVG. I like to use Inkscape to create these. It loads it automatically, and immediately you can start to select objects. Notice this little object in the A won't get selected the first click. The second click will inverse everything, and the third click will select that inner object in the A, and the fourth click will select the entire object. Now every time you click, if you want to click somewhere new, you can move the mouse and select that other object, but if you leave the mouse in place, then it will do these alternate selections, so like the fourth click here. So let's look at our sign here. This is our sign. Let's do a profile tool on this entire sign, and it automatically updates this tool, and it says we're using this bit. Let's right click on this line, and it brings up the bit tool, and we can modify anything we want. If we modify a diameter, let's say we're using a 1/4 inch bit, 6 millimeters, apply it, and it automatically moves out the tool bit. Let's go back and put that back at 3.175. Select the line, apply. It automatically puts it back, and it puts it back here too. So that's a profile. You can rename it something. Let's say cutout sign, so we know what that is. Now let's select some letters. Let's pocket all the letters. So we're going to do a second click there, go to pocket, bang, it does it automatically. Let's take a look at that. So notice you can select on your toolpath here, and it'll highlight in red to the left your toolpath. You can also select multiple with a control key, see everything at one time. So let's right click on this one, and let me show you some of the other options. So let's only go down Z 3 millimeters. We don't want to cut all the way through. And let me show you pocket overlap. Let's overlap 90% and see what happens. So we select the whole row and apply it. When you apply it, it will automatically get applied to whichever is highlighted here. So you see how it cut more because we overlapped 90%. So let's go to 10% and see what happens. 10%, apply. There we go. So we might be missing some here, but it's very clean, and I just wanted to show you. Let's go back to the standard 50%. Apply that back. There we go. We got rid of the little zingers in there. And let's look at some other options. These options down here will be saved and loaded with the project. So we have tab radius. I'll show you tabs in a bit. We have fast travel. You can change that. Let's go to 700 between cuts. Fast retract. That's how fast the bit retracts up out of the carving, and it's done on a toolpath. So let's go to like 600. Okay, and clearance height. Let's go to 1/2 inch, about 13 millimeters. Now that's automatic. That's all you have to do. Every time you save it or load it, it'll be put back. Here's some other things. The default bit diameters that get populated here. Feed speeds. See, 499, 499. Plunge speeds, Z start, final, step down, tab height. And these are default values. They get used when creating a new toolpath. So anytime, let's say we select a letter O, and say we did a profile on the letter O, that's what will get used every time. But we don't need that one, so let's select the O and hit delete. Another thing you probably notice is that the pocket and the cutout, so you can rearrange these, and so the order changes. Now, even though you can change the order manually here, it will always do profiles last because you don't want to cut your object out first and then cut on the inside. It's just not as stable. So that's automatic. It'll automatically in the G-code rearrange that for you. So what else? Okay, let's take a look at origin. So the origin, when you select an object and you go to origin, you can center the origin with the object, the bottom right, the bottom left, top left, etc. So I like using the bottom left on my CNC machine, and I usually change the offset to half a bit width, so that's like 1.8 millimeters. I like to maximize the use of my material. So I want the bit to start here. I usually plunge the bit into the workpiece, so if I can't remember where the bit should be when I start up the machine, there's always a little hole right in my workpiece right there. So that's why I like putting the bit right there. But let's say I wanted to select, oops, let's go bottom left again. Let's say I wanted to center the origin on something else. Well, it's easy. Let's say I wanted to center it on the letter C. Just select the C, and then I go to origin, go to the center of the C, go to the bottom of the C. Again, that's offset by this amount here, which you can change dynamically. You could go to 0, you could go inward even, doesn't matter. But on some tools, it's really frustrating to get your origin set right. So I put in that little feature there, just automatically centered it or put it at the bottom left. And go back to here. Okay, now let's look at tabs. So tabs let you cut out your object, but not all the way. So on this profile cut, the red one, the red line, we're going to put a tab here, and let's put one on this side here. Now if you accidentally put one where you didn't want it, you just click it again and it disappears. Also make sure that if you have two too close together, it won't actually put two together, so you got to move it out a little farther. You can put as many tabs as you want. Let's put this many and see what happens. Okay, so let's quick save this code. When you quick save, it automatically goes to the same file name every time. And that's convenient because I use this program called Camotics, and you can reload very quickly by hitting the refresh button. So it'll automatically take that G code. Camotics is free, by the way. And look, my tabs are there, everything's cut out. The letters went down to 3 millimeters, the workpiece went down to 6. I specified my tab height was 3 millimeters, that's why the tabs don't come all the way to the top, which is nice when finishing. You don't see a little protrusion here in your final workpiece. You just sand down the bottoms down there, and everything's cut nicely. So let's take a look at the tabs again. So if I go to tabs, and let's say I want to move the tab over, it's very fast. Let's take the tabs out here. Let's put one here, one up here, and quick save, and let's load. We're done. It takes longer to render the preview than it does to change your tabs. How do you like that? I just really got frustrated with all the other tools out there doing this, and so I wrote my own. And I love it. I hope you love it too. What else? I think I told you you can modify the order of these things, but let's look at that a little more. So let's say if you unhighlight everything, then none of the red toolpaths show. So let's say we wanted to do the letters individually. You select one, let's do a pocket, select another one, pocket, another one, pocket. Look how fast it's going. And the cool thing is you can change the bits for all of these at the same time. If we wanted more overlap or whatever, they're all highlighted at the same time. So if we right click on it, it gets populated to here. Let's say we wanted to change the overlap to 10% again, just to show you. We select the row, hit apply. Oh, actually that was only visible in that one, so let's go to 90%. That'll show it better. 90% apply. Everything got applied, all of them. So now, let's say we wanted to cut these out. It starts with the M, the A, the C, in that order. So, but you can also, let's see. Okay, so you can Oh, that was, okay, so this toolpath is everything. So you could rename it, let's say pocket all, there. So that if we wanted, we could say pocket G, you know, G. Or pocket A. This you don't have to, but I just want to show you the things I thought of. So now, if we want to do G first, there we go. I want to do A afterwards. There we go. T, etc., etc. Oops, too far. Okay, so now, let's say we're done with that. Check it. We got GATORCAM. Da-da. Let me show you how the naming is done. So if we right click on this, remember it gets copied into this copied row. Now here, this is called Pocket G, but in this menu, these are the generic tools that you might use for later. So let's call this a letter. Okay, and we will copy that value using the copy row. So it gets copied down here for later. We can save it here, and next time we load it, it'll be here for later. So anytime we want to cut letters out with this generic method, you know, using the same diameter, feed speed, you know, Z start, final. Oh, okay, so yeah, that there, we want to change letters to always be -3 instead of 6. So now it's there forever. Now let's apply that back into all of these letters. So if I shift click, select all of them, right click, and then look, pocket letter is there, which we just added with our -3, and we apply that to all of them at the same time. Watch here, the final will change, the Z final. See, it changed. Now that was fast, and this is saved forever. If we ever want to pocket a letter, we just load the table again. Load, there it is. Now you could still individually change one letter. Say we wanted the R to be deeper for whatever reason. Right click on it. It's copied up here to the copied value. Now we could change its value to, let's see, -4, just for some weird reason. So we apply that. And look, only that one is at -4. And I'm not going to save that because that's not useful for me, but this one is still saved. If I want to apply that, I just hit apply, and it goes back to the 3. So in that way, you can save your files of what you like to do, your bit depths, your speeds, your final steps downs, even pocket overlap. All of that can be changed here. So let's quick, I think I quick, did I quick save that and show you? Okay, quick save code. I did. Okay. So there you have it. I'll show you some more features later, and I hope you like this tool. I spent a long time on it, just making it as good as I could for everything that I didn't like about other CAM tool G code path generations. See you next time.